If you arrive in New Zealand's capital and windy Wellington looks, well, windy, and you only have a day and a bit to explore like we do, then this video might give you an idea of things to do to find shelter from all of these elements. So let's get into it. We just arrived to our hotel in Wellington. It's called the Atura. We took a 10-hour drive from Auckland City to get here. So if you want to see that video, it's the previous one. But we just wanted to quickly show you our room. It's very basic. We have a double bed, really big TV, a nice work desk with stunning views. There's a kettle and a selection of drinks. Fine drinking chocolate is catching my eye. They have actual big coffee mugs. There's milk in the fridge, small ones. Then we have a bathroom with a shower, and that is our room. We booked this hotel just a few weeks ago actually, and it came to about $250 for a room for 2 nights through booking.com, and then there's extra for parking, which is $25 a night. I also saved a few places to go to in Wellington on TikTok. We're gonna try out one of those places tonight. The earlier we go, the earlier we can come back and sleep.
Because I'm tired.
So we don't want to go anywhere too fancy. It's cold, it's raining, it's windy.
But we can't be lame and just stay at the hotel.
No.
We have to go out, so let's go do it.
Ready, boomers?
Yes. Are you ready, millennial?
We all have our... Oh, Dad doesn't have his rain jacket. You have yours.
Yeah, trying it out.
First time. Have you ever caught an Uber before?
Couldn't catch it, it was too fast for me.
No.
Okay, boomer. Well, they're gonna have their first Uber trip.
1 minute away.
Boomers don't take Ubers.
Hello. Thank you. You survived your first Uber.
Yes, it was nice. But an Uber is just like a taxi, so...
We have come to Willis Lane, which is a trendy little place in Wellington.
This reminds us a lot of Commercial Bay, the Vibey-ist in Auckland City. It's a similar type of vibe. So we're very excited because this is exactly what we like.
I found the beer menu. It looks pretty good, so I'll definitely get one of those.
So Willis Lane is really unique that it's underground, and I think this used to be underground tunnels. I think the main purpose of this location is because of Wellington's bad weather. So this protects you from that rain and the wind, and it's a really cool place.
So we felt like burgers today, so we got smash burgers from down low.
I went with nasi goreng chicken. It's a big bowl and it looks so good. We would definitely suggest to come to Willis Lane if you're in Wellington and if it's bad weather. We just came up the escalator and it seems to be a bit more clear than when we came in, so we might just walk the streets now. No, it's raining. I was wrong. This is 7 p.m. on a Friday night and I'm like, where's all the people? I know it's the 29th of December, maybe everyone has gone on holiday, but I can't believe the city is so quiet on a Friday. Maybe they're hanging out somewhere else. Please let us know in the comments where we should have gone. Is this typical Auckland? I mean, is this what they mean with typical Wellington weather? I don't even know if you can hear me, but we're getting blown away completely.
It is so windy, but a cool place though. There's like restaurants just on the dock.
If it's weather like this and we leave on that ferry on Sunday morning, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because just looking at the water, I'm like feeling nauseous already. We're going to head back to the hotel now, but I see there's a bit more people in the restaurants here. But other than that, the streets are very quiet.
So windy though.
We just approaching the Beehive, the Parliament building. It's really windy and rainy, so we're just gonna go back to the hotel. It's the next morning and the weather hasn't improved too much. At least it's not raining outside, it's just windy. Our first stop of the day is going to be the Parliament buildings. There's a tour at 10 o'clock. Apparently there's a tour every hour on the hour between 10 and 4. Let's head out into the wind. We just got to the Beehive. Unfortunately, all the tours are booked out for this morning. We have booked a tour for 3:30. Something to note if you come in a busy time like the holidays, book your tour ahead of time.
It is windy as.
And even though the streets were very quiet last night because of the weather, I think it's bustling this morning.
There's a cruise ship in port and it looks like a lot of these tours going around the city are from the ship.
But now that we can't go into Parliament, we're gonna go find something else to do that's also indoors. Let's go.
The wind is making this walk feel a lot longer, so we need to take a pit stop. First, coffee at Mojo.
We filled up on caffeine and it gave us a bit of energy now to walk the rest of the way. But obviously if you really don't want to be in this weather, you can just call Ubers. Like we did last night, it was $9. You don't need to be out in the wind, but we love exploring and we've got our jackets on to protect us from the elements.
I started my day out with parkrun. We ran here along the water, but it was just so windy that I couldn't film anything. It is a beautiful run because you run in the water the whole way. It's a 2-lap course. Running into the wind was so hard, but with the wind was amazing. Really, really cool.
Finally we get to our official first stop of the day and it's the Te Papa Museum. It's free entry and indoors. Let's go check it out.
We're on level 3, we're going to check out Blood Earth Fire. It's basically the origin of New Zealand. In this room is things you need to be careful of when coming into the country, so don't bring these things with you. So if we had to immigrate in 1996, this board would tell us if we could get in or not, so I'll follow the prompts. Yes, yes, yes. I needed more than 6 years of experience.
Welcome.
That's really cool, like a light show on an actual boat. We've come to level 6, to the viewing deck, which kind of gives you a view of the whole of Wellington.
We are standing in line to go into the earthquake/volcano house.
Yeah, it was pretty cool at Auckland Museum, so we're going to try it out here. So let's see.
Hold on!
So it's actually just an earthquake house, nothing to do with volcanoes, but they say the intensity of the shake is similar to the earthquake near Christchurch in 2011.
We went through the Gallipoli War Room, I think it's called. It's probably the highlight of the museum because you go through the whole Anzac, which we didn't know much about, which is in 1915, the day that they invaded. I think it's near the Turkish coast. I'm not going to get into it, but a lot of details, a lot of people that were involved. There are massive statues in there of just like lit up and like light shows. You walk through the whole kind of period, so as things happen, it's really cool.
We've spent a couple of hours in this museum, but you can definitely put a whole day aside for this. There is so much to see and we skipped quite a bit.
thought we'd get some lunch from New World, so we got some chips and like little poppers and chicken nuggets, so it works out quite cheap. Nice cheap lunch today. So
We're feeding like 4 people for $25.
yeah, it's not too bad.
We just came to sit in the square to have the lunch, and the sun actually came out, which is nice.
Yep.
And I think they're putting on a big show for New Year's.
So they're setting up the speakers, you can hear the music. We have found the cable car in Wellington. It's like in the middle of the city. We're going to see if we can actually go up, so let's check it out.
There's a really long line at the cable car, and our beehive tour is at 3:30. So we're actually going to go to the chemist warehouse to get my C6 tablets. The 2 of us will take tonight and tomorrow morning. Then we should be sorted, I hope. So we have walked so much today, and we're just chilling here on the grass for a bit. We can't film in there, so we'll let you know what it was like when we're done with the tour.
Yes, but we live in...
If you ever find yourself in Wellington, even in good weather,
Yeah.
come and do a tour of the Parliament building. It was really cool and very insightful.
You go through all 3 parliamentary buildings, they all have separate architecture. It's quite phenomenal to see what our government here in New Zealand is doing and where they sit and where they make decisions and pass bills, so it's really cool.
Especially as new residents, it's really cool to come and find out how it works here, and that this was the first country to allow women to vote. There's a few spots inside that the tour guide would allow you to take some photos.
We're in the chamber.
This is where they make announcements and where the media can scrutinize the PM and yeah. Lastly, we went into the parliamentary library, which the architecture is just stunning. So we're so happy that we got to go in there.
And something else to note, it is free of charge to do the tour, but you must book.
So the weather has changed. We might do an activity that is probably not the best in bad weather. We'll go see if we're gonna do it. A one-way ticket on the cable car is $6, and if you buy a return ticket, it's $11. So on a bad weather day, you could probably just buy a return ticket, come up, go into the cable car museum, and then go back down. But because the weather changed a little bit, it's still windy, but we're going to attempt walking down through the botanical gardens. This might be a big mistake, but yeah, we're only here once with my parents, so that's what we're gonna do. So this walk you can do even if it's windy. It's not too bad on this pathway. If it rains and you also want to do this walk, bring a rain jacket and an umbrella and you'll be fine, because I think it's going to be really nice.
The walk takes about 35 minutes and it's all downhill, so
yeah,
it's always good fun
sounds
to
good
walk
to
down.
me.
Everyone likes walking down a hill, so catch the cable car up and you walk down.
So we're doing literally from there going all down. Getting a bit tired now, I won't lie. The walk down the botanical gardens made us really tired, so my parents went back to their hotel room and we came out to a pub quickly so that Craig can do a beer tasting, and we just also getting something here to eat.
Smash burgers and a side of chips, which look good.
Ooh.
Very cool spot. The thing that caught my eye about this place is the hand coming out of the building. It's pretty cool.
The streets might be empty, but the pubs aren't. We know where all the people are. They're inside, they're indoors.
Yep, it's a vibe though. And the wind's died down a bit. Skies are blue at 8 o'clock.
We're in the Cuba Street area where there's a lot of restaurants and breweries. Actually, Craig just found a map with a whole brewery tour in Wellington. So we're gonna have to come back and do that whole thing. We wanted to do one more brewery, but the one we went to is closed, and then we decided to take it as a sign and head back to the hotel because we're catching a ferry really early in the morning, and that will be in the next episode. We are buggered, back sore, feet sore, so we're gonna go to bed and then we'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching, bye! Is the mic on it?
Yep.
Is it zoomed?
Yep.
Of what to do to then wait.
Okay. Maybe that's our sign to go home.
Some of those decks may have to be closed due to the strength of the wind.
I've decided to make peace with my Wellington hair, like waffles for breakfast as we're sailing into the sounds of the South Island.